5 reasons rushing the process is ruining your progress in high ticket sales. Look, everyone wants to be at the 10K months overnight. I get it. I'm sure I was there at some point too, where I just wanted to jump to the end result. But here's the truth. Rushing the process is ruining your progress. I know this because the only reason I was able to go from a brand new sales rep with zero experience to making 38K in a single month in less than a year is because I didn't rush. I didn't try to skip the steps, and that's what actually worked. Which seems pretty ironic considering that's actually a very fast career transition. But I wasn't focused on the end goal. I wasn't focused on the money. I was focused on building my skill set, doing the tangible things I know I needed to do to be the best, which ultimately got me there quicker. When I started, I wasn't trying to be the girl on Instagram who had the years of experience ahead of me. I didn't look for quick hacks or chase these shortcuts. I was committed to the long route, which was the messy reps, the learning curve, the uncomfortable transitions. And because of that, I built a foundation that actually lasted. And that's what I want for you too. So let's talk about the 5 reasons rushing is actually holding you back. Reason 1, you're trying to be someone you're not. When you rush, you start imitating. You see someone who's been doing this for years and think, I'll just act like her and I'll succeed. But what ends up happening is you sound scripted, you sound off, and people can feel it. You're not selling with authenticity. You're not selling with your EQ. Because I didn't rush, I gave myself time to actually develop my own style, my way of connecting, and that's what made me stand out. If you skip the part where you actually build your own voice and confidence, you're never going to stand out. You're never going to feel confident and have conviction in what you're doing and why you're doing it. You'll just be chasing trying to be like someone else forever. And we all know that's not going to get us very far. Reason 2, skipping steps backfires. Sales is a skill, and like any skill, it takes time. When you skip over the basics like how to actually build trust, how to ask better questions, how to sit with objections, trust me, it will show up later. I didn't skip those steps. I slowed down, I practiced, and I failed forward. And because of that, when the bigger opportunities came, I was ready for them. Skipping only makes you fragile. Like it's only going to lack confidence down the line. It's only going to make you feel insecure. And we do not want that. Absolutely not. To be a top performing sales rep, you need confidence. You need conviction in who you are. You need to master the art, just like a sport, just like anything really that you want to get good at. Reason 3, the hard transitions are where you grow. Here's the part no one likes. The in-between seasons, when nothing actually seems to be working, when you're questioning yourself, when you're watching everyone post wins, but you're not actually winning. Most people try and rush past that, but that's where the real growth happens. That's where you build resilience. I sat in those moments and I didn't try and escape them. And those exact moments are what prepared me to level up. You need to learn how to sit in the uncomfort, how to watch everyone else live your dream life while you're sitting on the sidelines. Because behind the scenes, you are building, you are growing, you are developing yourself. If you're going to get distracted from what really matters, which means you're not actually going to ever get there. You're going to be constantly chasing gratification after gratification, when instead we need to accept delayed gratification. Reason 4, you can't jump to 10K overnight. Everyone wants that 10K month, but if you can't stay consistent at 2 or 3K, you're not going to sustain that 10K. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but it's the truth. I've seen countless reps blow commission check after commission check and be left at ground zero. If you actually want to build a long-term career and long-term wealth, it takes time. And because I didn't rush, I built it slowly. I stacked my skills, I stacked my consistency. And when I finally hit those big numbers, I could hold on to them, not just hit them once and then crumble. Reason 5, comparison kills your progress. You see the girl online who's closing deals left and right, living the life you want. But what you don't see is the years of experience behind it. If I had spent my time comparing myself, I would have burnt out. Instead, I kept my head down, staying in my lane, and focused on my own growth. When I started, there was no such thing as like female high ticket sales influencers. There was no such thing as like women selling sales programs. There really wasn't. So I get it. It was a little bit easier for me. Whereas right now for you, there are girls left and right posting on Instagram how they make money with high ticket sales. And it's overwhelming because people will talk about their 10K month and show their lifestyle off on Instagram, and you think that happened to them in 30 days. When in reality, it didn't. And people are trying to sell a dream. And honestly, people are trying to sell a dream to sell you something. That is what sales is. So the more you can keep your head down and focus on you, stay in your own lane, focus on your own growth, the quicker you're going to actually get to the results. That's why I was able to hit the numbers that I've been able to hit in less than a year. Not because I was rushing, not because I was comparing myself, because I had my head down and I was just doing what needed to be done. So here's the takeaway. Rushing doesn't get you there faster. It actually keeps you stuck. Take the long route, take the hard route, embrace the process, lean into the uncomfortable parts, because that's what actually builds the skills and confidence that's last. That's the only reason I was able to scale the way I did. But there's a difference between taking the long route and taking the silly route, where you're chasing your tail, where you have no idea what you're doing, where you've got no guidance and support. You can actually achieve these results pretty quickly, quicker than you probably actually realize. But by comparing yourselves to others, and I really want the takeaway from this video to be, it's not that you can't achieve fast results. The actual message I'm trying to put across here is, if you keep on comparing yourself, if you keep living your life on social media to impress others, it's actually different to what you're doing. If you're not putting in the inputs because you think you can just get it the easy way, it's not going to work. If you're going to do what needs to be done, if you're going to put in the hard work, if you're going to keep your head down and stop comparing yourselves to others, you're actually going to get there a lot quicker than you realize. And you're actually going to keep it and build longevity. And you're actually going to enjoy the process. So if you're serious about building a real career in high ticket sales and not just chasing quick wins and quick money, then there's a link in my bio. You can book a call down below. You can speak to myself or my team. We can discuss your goals, what you're looking to achieve, and start building that plan so we can actually finally get to work to build sustainable results, not just quick wins, sustainable longevity.